Welcome to another episode of This Woman Works. I am your host, Mike Patton. And on this episode, we are getting to know someone that is, you know, basically has created a sweet treat that is definitely known around Nashville. She is the, I guess, co creator of Rolled Forever Ice Cream. Definitely a face that everyone knows. If you don't know her face, you definitely know the product that she is behind producing as well. That is Maliyah Bass. What's going on?
Hi, how are you?
Doing great, doing great. Thank you again for coming on. I definitely want to get into your story, get into your journey. We're going to do that on this episode. But up first, like every episode, we open it up with the Black Girl Magic moment. And on this episode, we're going to keep it Nashville and we're going to keep it with helping in terms of Black people, things like that, with Danielle McGee Gibson. Now, Danielle's not from here. She's from Chicago, but she ended up moving down here, I believe, for a job. And she's always had the entrepreneur spirit. Ever since I've known of her, of course, if you're not aware of the Black People Making Moves group, Nashville, pretty much everybody and their mama is in that group. So, but yeah, she's definitely an entrepreneur. Definitely, has the entrepreneurial spirit. But one thing she also has is a spirit to help her people. By her people mean us as Black people, as the two people you see on this show.
Right.
But she, definitely she's the CEO of Black Business Boom, which its mission is to empower underserved entrepreneurs with free educational programs and mentorship, providing skills, resources, and support needed to build sustainable businesses and drive economic growth. As far as I've known, as long as I have known of her, she is always, providing information, providing skills, providing different things to try to balance the economic scales as much as she possibly can within her power. And I wanted to kind of take this moment and give her flowers and say thank you for all that you do. She is the Black Girl Magic moment for this episode. Now, Maliyah, did you have anything you wanted to say about her?
I actually have never met her, but I am in the group. So, like you said, everyone and their mama is in that group. And I have benefited from that group greatly, connected with people, posted things about events that we're hosting in there. So, it has definitely been impactful on my business as well. So, thank you.
Definitely, definitely. But of course, we definitely gave Danielle her flowers, but we want to give you yours too, because this show is about you. So, we're gonna want to get to know your journey and how you arrived to where you currently are now. But to get to know that, we have to start from the beginning, which
Okay.
is young Maliyah. Okay. All
Okay.
right. So take us to where you grew up. Where did you grow up, by the way?
So I am a unicorn. I'm a Nashville native, born and raised. Was born specifically in North Nashville. So I went to Aiken Elementary, West End for middle school. So true Nashville roots.
Okay, all right. I'm actually a native Nashvilleian as well. So hey, two
Okay.
native Nashvilleians talking on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I grew up out in let's see, Nashville, Antioch area. So
Okay.
I grew up out there. So,
Yeah. So
but my
I was
go
gonna say
ahead.
for high school I went to Laverne. So
Okay,
definitely familiar with the Antioch area as well.
gotcha, gotcha. My cousin actually graduated from Laverne High School. So yeah, definitely familiar with Laverne High School. And my parents actually are from North Nashville. My mom grew up on 23rd
Okay.
Avenue North, and my dad grew up on Buchanan Street, the end that's near Tennessee State University.
Oh, cool.
So
Pretty
yeah.
cool.
hmm So growing up in North Nashville, how was it growing up in North Nashville during your time?
I mean, honestly, it was great. Like I said, I went to Aiken Elementary and I also went to West End Elementary. So I went to elementary and middle school with the same kids. So we were able to grow up together. I played sports as well. So I ran track, I cheered. So I was very active in the community. I loved being outside, touching grass, all of that. So I would say growing up in Nashville was honestly a feel of community. That was the start of me building my community.
Now I gotta ask, since you said you played sports, of course I did too. I played all the way through college, played college
Okay.
football. So well, you said you ran track. So what events did you run in track? I'm guessing maybe the 100 and 200, or am I
I
mistaken?
did do the 100 and 200. I also played basketball too. So
Oh, okay. All
that's
right. So you
actually
got
how me
jump
and my
shot.
business partner listen. That's how me and my business partner met. So we played little league basketball together. So
Oh,
yeah.
nice, nice. Okay, so you got. I'm guessing you got the jump shot and everything, and definitely were. I'm guessing defensively, you definitely pestered some people. I'm just taking wild guesses.
And what makes you think that?
No, no, I'm just throwing that. I'm just throwing that out there because you seem like a very determined person, a
Yeah,
very focused person. So that's where I
definitely.
gathered that from.
Being the shortest on the court, you had to be a little bit more determined than the average person. So I was able to use my speed to be, my killer. That's what I was for, being able to move quick.
Okay. All right. All right. Yeah. Basketball definitely wasn't my thing. It was my thing all the way till I hit high school, and then when I hit high school, I was like a football player playing basketball. That's just
Okay.
basically just describe it as that. But but of course, Nashville. There's a lot of different things, and Nashville has grown tremendously over the years. So kind of flashing back again, growing up as a kid, just looking around Nashville and all the things that are going on and just the growth going on around Nashville, what was the first thing that you thought about as a kid that you wanted to be?
I wanted to be a hairstylist. So I loved doing hair growing up. I would always beg everyone to let me play in their hair, let me braid their hair, let me add extensions into their hair and braid it. I loved doing hair. So that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a beautician, as most people used to call it back in the day.
Got you. Okay. All right. All right. So we go from being a beautician to rolled forever. It's definitely a an interesting transition from doing hair to ice cream. That's an interesting transition, like I mentioned. But we're gonna find out more about that transition and kind of how that transition happened. But first, we do have to take a quick commercial break on This Woman Works. EBO Beard Butter and EBO Beard Wash are two of the best beard grooming products for men worldwide. They help promote growth, keep your beard moisturized and soft, and enhance your overall upkeep of your facial hair. And with the new promo code MPAFC10, you can get 10% off of these products. Just go to www.etsy.com/shop/EBO Beard Butter. Again, that's www.etsy.com/shop/EBO Beard Butter. And again, the promo code MPAFC10. Again, MPAFC10, where you can get 10% off any products except for beard boxes. So treat your beard better today by going to get these the EBO Beard Butter and EBO Beard Wash. All right, and we are back on This Woman Works. Now, Mailyah, we definitely kind of went down talking about Nashville. We could talk about Nashville and old Nashville, new Nashville all day, but
Right.
kind of going back to playing outside and everybody playing a sport. And I don't know if you played in like the little leagues and things like that. That were, I know during my time, the little leagues there was Antioch had the league, Maplewood had a league, Laverne, Brentwood, all these areas had a league. You had to win your gym first. Then you had to go to the city championship, which is like the whole city was out watching. some kids 10 and under play, and then it's JV age, like 11 and 10 and 11-year olds, which I don't know if it was that way then when you were playing, or maybe I'm kind of, I guess showing my age.
No, it was definitely like that as well.
Yeah, I miss those days. I wish they would come back, but no, those days are pretty much probably long gone at that
For
type
sure.
of yeah. It'd be nice if it came back. But
You
getting
can
back to the
start that
show.
back up.
Go ahead. What's that?
I said maybe you can start that back up.
Yeah, it's just a different day and age with kids though. They not the same as what we were growing up. But I would say let's get into your career. Now, of course, like I mentioned, you know, from doing hair or wanting to do hair and be a beautician to road forever. Now, that's four, the number four, by the way, folks. Can you tell everyone what all you do currently now with Road Forever and everything?
Yeah, so I am the Chief Experience Officer at Road Trevor Ice Cream. So I do a lot, honestly, as a small business owner. I mean, what don't you do? So me and my co-owner, my business partner, we share a lot of the same responsibilities. So we we have a food truck. We have something called the Roll Academy where you're able to make your own rolled ice cream. We also do catering. So we oversee all of those things, as well as hiring, as well as making sure we are answering, emails so that we're able to respond to food truck bookings. So, I mean, anything that you can think of, we honestly probably do. Aside from, we do have like a CPA on our team. We have a strategy consulting on our team, and we have a couple people helping us with marketing as well. But other than that, we're pretty much doing everything.
Well, hey, you say if you want a business to be successful, you definitely got to get your hands dirty and do and be able to do everything in it,
Oh, they
right?
are extremely dirty for sure.
I hear you there. So, gotta find out. Now, I've read some of the story, but for those that don't know, how did the idea for Road Forever actually come about?
Yes, for sure. So, my junior year of college, my best friend and I, which is also my business partner, we traveled to New York during spring break. Rolled ice cream was trending at the time on Instagram, and it was a must do that we had to do while we were in New York. Went to the spot. The spot had a line wrapped around the building. We was like, oh my God, like, what is this? Like, we have to try this product. We ended up missing our bus that made us late because we stood in line to try this ice cream that everyone was craving over. Got the ice cream. It was good, but we felt as if we could make it better.
Mhm.
So we enjoyed the process. It was something that we had never seen before. So after we got the product and we're walking the streets of Chinatown in New York, we're just talking like we should bring this back to Nashville. Like there's nothing like it here. We could do it 10 times better. We were both in college at the time, so starting a business just wasn't feasible. Fast forward, we graduated. I worked in clinical research, and she was working in HR. And we would call each other every day after we were traveling back and forth from work to home, just talking about us not being fulfilled, what kind of business could we start, and the rolled ice cream business just kept coming. It just kept coming up. My church had a bus for sale for $1,500 at the time. My parents are in the food truck industry, so it clicked, start a rolled ice cream food truck. My business partner, her brother-in-law, we was telling our family, talking about the idea. Her brother-in-law said, if y'all are serious about this, I'll give you $1,000. He gave us 1,000. We only had to front 250 each, and we had a bus. So that is the start of Road Forever.
Nice, nice. So, um, of course, with every business, you get started, and you get started, but you may not have like be like, okay, this is for real, anything like that. So, when did you know this was something you and your business partner could do seriously, and like, okay, this can be it for us?
So I think there are several times throughout the journey that I've had that moment. I'd say
Hmm.
the first time when we were still working our corporate jobs and doing the food truck on the side. So we would just do events on the weekends. We got a call from USA Today.
Oh
And
wow.
yeah, they wanted to, this is maybe like a month into us having the business, and they wanted to feature us. So that was crazy to me. Like, what? USA Today is calling us, and it was a long segment that they wanted to do. Granted, we did not get picked for it, but the fact that they called us, we went through the interview process, all of that, that let me know that, oh wow, like we have something here. And then we would have to literally like take off from our jobs because we're denying food truck events. People are wanting to book us, but we're not able to come because we're working a 9 to 5. So during that time, we were like, okay, if we want to see if this can really be fruitful, if we can really grow this, let's just quit our jobs and go all in. As crazy as that sounds, we had nothing to lose at the time. We were super young. I believe at the time when we quit our jobs, we were 22, 23. We were living at home with our parents. We had no bills really, so we were able to save majority of what we made from our corporate jobs to help front the business. So when we decided to go all in, we was like, let's just try it. Let's just see how it works. So
Nice, nice. They always say sometimes if you want to gain something, you got to give of something, and you definitely gave of your jobs to or your secure jobs to actually chase your dream, which is something that's come to fruition now. During your time with the business, and what would you say is your one this is where I'm supposed to be moment that you had kind of in terms of the business and getting it started, getting it going, getting it to be where the success that it is now.
yeah. Um the moment that comes to mind is I do not remember what year it was. It was probably 2020, 2021. We started the business in 2018. We had a store. So we had just opened our store that was located in Germantown. And there was a set of twins that would always come into the shop. And one particular day, they came in and their mom showed me a history report that they did. They did a history report on me and Barry, saying that we were the first rolled ice cream food truck in Tennessee. And that was just incredible to me. The fact that they did a history project on Road Forever ice cream. Had never thought that someone would do a history project on me. And the fact that the kids don't even look like me, and my story was so impactful for them to want to write about me in history class. Like, oh wow, we might have something here. And then fast forward, making it a full circle moment when we closed that store in just last year, November of 2024, my last day working the store, the twins came back in. So I was like, oh, wow. Like, that was such a pivotal moment for me. The mom showing me that they wrote about us in history class. And then on the last day of us, on the last day of me working in the store, they randomly came in the store and just said, we support y'all. What y'all's next steps are, we can't wait to support you in that. So that family definitely has a special place in my heart, and I will never forget that because it has literally fueled me with just knowing that this is what I'm supposed to do.
Gotcha. Okay. And now, for those that are actually watching, if you see the little ticker scrolling below, you can actually see where to follow this woman works. But also on there, you can go there to book your experience at the Roll Academy. I put the address down there, the web address, which is www.rolledforever.com. So if you haven't went there already, if you're in Nashville, visiting Nashville, I would say you want to go check out that experience, live that experience, understand that experience, breathe in that experience, and tell everyone about it so they can go there too. And now, is there any other things you can tell us about the business and what all it entails? Outside of the Roll Academy and the truck as well.
Yeah, so I like to say that we are the ultimate rolled ice cream experience. We specialize in rolled ice cream, we specialize in popsicles, we have non dairy and gluten free options. You can book the roll bus for any event, whether that is a wedding or a school event, or you're having a pool party and you would like a food truck there. We'll come serve you the ice cream. We also do catering. So if you're not necessarily interested in the bus, but you just want ice creams catered, we do that as well. And then we have something called the Roll Academy, like you just stated, that is a rolled ice cream crafting class where you're able to make your own rolled ice cream twice. You get to customize your own flavor. There's an unlimited topping bar. You get an apron. It's an immersive experience. We have 3D Oreos, 3D sprinkles. So if you are looking to do something unique, fun, learn a new skill, it's the perfect experience to do with your boo, your girl, your team, anyone.
Got you. As you hear I don't know if you can hear it, but there's an alarm going off, and I guess someone rang the alarm on Rolled Forever Ice Cream. That's the place that everyone needs to be. But yeah, definitely want to get into not only of course the success of the business, but there's always hurdles that come along with any business that is around. I want to get into those with you and kind of find out what those were, how you overcame those, and as well as talking about advice. We're going to do that right after this commercial break on This Woman Works. A shift. A shift is something that happens and changes the dynamics. And commercial. There it goes. A shift. A shift is something that happens and changes the dynamics. And that's what happened when Garrett Logistics was born. After 10 years as a sales pro in the logistics world of sporting goods, John Garrett decided to pivot to the world of freight and start a brokerage. So you're saying to yourself, why trust Garrett Logistics? Well, Garrett Logistics helps shippers improve overall workflow, along with increased on-time pickup and delivery percentages. Last-minute loads, multi-drop pickups, and more are part of the services with Garrett Logistics. They're available Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Saturday, 8 a.m. to 12 p.m., all times Central Standard Time. So give them a ring at 615-400-8484. That's 615-400-8484, or you can email them at john@garrettlogistics.co or visit their website at garrettlogistics.co. Garrett Logistics, where the motto is, it's not just freight to us, it's your business. All right, and we are back on This Woman Works. Had a little technical difficulties there, but hey, we got it all worked out. We're still here. We're still talking. We're still having a good time with Miss Maliyah S. And I just want to, of course, if you didn't catch what we're going to do next, we're going to talk about the hurdles when it comes to business, because of course, with any small business, there's going to be some hurdles that happen, and we got to talk about those. So, just wanted to ask, what was one of the biggest hurdles that you faced in terms of your business and sustaining the business?
Yeah. So as previously stated, we've had two stores. So we had a store first in Germantown, and then we opened a store 2 years later in Smyrna. So I'll say the biggest hurdles that, well, I'll talk about one. So one hurdle that we had was opening the second store too soon. So having to close that store was a challenge, making the decision that, hey, this is not serving us, although we're going to take a huge, huge loss, this is not feasible for us right now. So let's take a step back in order to take several steps forward. So opening a store too soon is something that we definitely experienced. I always tell people now, you're not ready to open a new store if you're currently working in the store. And we were worker bees. We were working in the store, working in the truck, wherever rolled ice cream could be made, we were in the mix of it. So adding something different when store one wasn't scaled just wasn't smart on our behalf.
Gotcha. Well, I will say this in terms of business, it takes someone very mature and very wise beyond their years to realize those different things. So I got to commend you and your business partner for being able to realize those things and be able to take the necessary steps, even though it probably wasn't the step that you wanted to take. So I have to commend you for doing that as well.
Thank you.
Now, of course, with any business, there's advice that you receive along the way. So, what was some of the um, best advice that you received along your business journey?
Best advice. As simple as this sounds, just don't take no for an answer. Um, I have literally heard no 10 times more than I've heard yes. And if I was to let the no stop me, Road Forever would not be currently standing or would be rolling right now, right? So, keep knocking, ask, seek, knock. And when that door is supposed to open for you, it will open and you'll have everything that you need in front of you.
Yeah, definitely something that I go by because, of course, you ask people to be guests on shows, which is what I do. And sometimes you get an answer, sometimes you get a no. And I always see it as it's just not the right timing. But,
Mhm.
essentially, it'll be in God's hands when it happens or if it does happen. So,
For sure.
yeah,
For
definitely along the same page as you when it comes to that. And, one other thing I wanted to ask as well, just for someone that may have dreams of maybe starting their own business, entrepreneurial life, and things like that. What advice would you give to someone that maybe wanted to follow along that type of path, or maybe more specifically your path?
I'd say go for it. Be a producer, not a consumer, and become an expert in whatever you are wanting to pursue. So that's
Mhm.
also advice that I received from a mentor that I really stand by and I tell other people, become an expert in anything that you want to do. You want to be the best at it. So with us being the only rolled ice cream food truck in Tennessee, we need to be an expert. With us teaching people how to make their own rolled ice cream, we need to be an expert. So being expert in whatever you're interested in doing.
Gotcha. Definitely. I will say I've learned a lot about you. Didn't know you was giving people the business on the basketball court, and on the track and field.
Okay.
You definitely you and your business partner. Now, you said her name's Barry.
Yes, Barry Angela. We call her Barry.
Okay, all right. Well, Barry Angela, I will call her by her government.
Okay.
And you, Mailyah, definitely have created an experience and something that Nashville loves and that you all love to do. And it's always a great thing that when you're able to do something that you love for something for a living. So, definitely thank you for providing time, your expertise, and being open to your experience and telling your experience on the This Woman Works podcast. I thank you for that. Um, but of course, we can't leave the show without having a little bit of fun now.
Okay.
We've got 10 questions for you in the speed round. There are 10 random questions. It could be about any old thing. Are
Okay.
you
I'm stay ready, I guess.
ready? All right. What's your favorite movie?
My favorite movie is Daddy's Little Girls.
Yeah, I definitely like that movie. I didn't like
Tyler Perry,
I didn't
yeah.
like yeah, I didn't like the ex-wife in that movie, but I definitely liked the movie.
Yeah.
That was a good movie. I like that movie. Okay. Favorite song in rotation right now.
Favorite song in rotation. Oh wow. Honestly, I don't even know. I have been listening to a lot of gospel music these days because
Okay.
yeah, so let's
All
just
right.
go with Intentional. I love that song right now. I always love that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Favorite childhood memory.
Favorite childhood memory? It would definitely be, being with my cousins. I have 2, male cousins, and us just, like,
Mhm.
being outside, playing basketball outside, being at my grandmother's house. My grandmother was a baker, so being able to taste everything that she made. So, yeah, just being at my grandmother's house with my cousins is probably one of my favorite childhood memories.
Well, you literally had the inside scoop, but you did. Let's as far as favorite artist currently.
Favorite artist is always gonna be Beyonce, without a doubt.
Okay. So the hive is in the house. For those that are listening, the hive is in the
Yes,
house.
and we have the same birthday too, so I have
Oh,
to
you do? Okay.
we were born on
All
the same
right.
day.
Oh yeah, so it was destiny, right?
Mhm.
Destiny's Child Destiny. I know it
Yeah.
was corny. But what is the worst movie you've ever seen?
The worst movie I have ever seen, I honestly don't know.
Hmm.
No, I don't know. I can't think of
Okay.
it. Yeah.
All right. All right. So we're gonna roll with that one. Then we're gonna roll with the no on that one. Of course, as I change over to say speed round instead of hurdles and advice still, which I got all excited about the speed round. It didn't change the little whatever. But anyway,
That's
people know
okay.
what we're talking about. People know what we're talking about anyway.
They do.
Let's see. Your favorite food.
Favorite food is pizza.
Mhm. Pizza. Okay. Yeah, yeah, definitely can agree there. I definitely, another group of Nashville natives, I definitely frequent their food place, their pizza place a lot, which is Slim and Huskies.
For sure.
Let's see. Favorite restaurant.
Road Forever ice cream.
There we go. There we go. Gotta rep the home team. Um, favorite vacation spot.
Favorite vacation spot, somewhere on a beach. I would say the place that I've been the most is Mexico, so we can just go with that.
Mhm. Yeah, Cancun is definitely one good one. Of course,
I say
that's not
Cabo is my
necessarily.
favorite in Mexico. I love Cabo.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. I haven't been there yet, but I have heard. I have heard wonderful things.
Mhm.
Okay. These last two questions are always the most interesting. If you had to pick one person, dead or alive, to be able to sit down at dinner and pick their brain, who would it be?
Jesus.
Oh, okay then. All right. Now we having church. We water the wine. Okay, now. All right. Let's see. And all right, and this last one, who would play you in a biopic?
Who would play me in Biot? Let's go with Kiki Palmer. I'm really loving her right now. I think
Okay.
she has a lot of personality,
Hmm.
and I think I have a lot of personality. And I've seen her in different roles, and she really bodies everything that she does. So let's say Kiki Palmer.
Yeah, she definitely has a lot of range, a lot of energy, and she definitely is very fearless when it comes to acting,
Yeah,
for sure.
sure.
All right. That is the speed round. You are off the hot seat for the speed round. If you would like, you can tell everyone where they can find you on social media and any other things that you would like to tell the good people.
Yes. So you can find my personal Instagram at Maliyah S Bass. I'm on LinkedIn, Maliyah Bass, and then the business. Our social media is rolled the number 4 ever ice cream.
All right, that's rolled forever. Number four, y'all, ever ice cream. Now, if you come to Nashville, I need y'all to put these three different places in your phone or wherever it is. You got Slim and Huskies. You got to go there. Check out Minerva, which is right across the street. You know, that's a little bit of nightlife. You do have to also check out Roll Forever to get you a little dessert ice cream to kind of wash all that pizza down. Okay,
For sure.
got it, everybody. I hope y'all understand. Thank you all for tuning in. Of course, my name is Mike Patton. I am the host of This Woman Works. You can find me on the artist formerly known as Twitter at Mike Patton82. Yeah, you know, I said artist formerly known as Twitter because I'm not going to say X because the only X I recognize is DMX and Malcolm X. So I ain't going to say that. So you can find me on the artist formerly known as Twitter at Mike Patton82. MikePatton 82. You can find me on Instagram and threads at that's THA, not THE, underscore general underscore MP. You can find this woman works on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, you name it, we are there. And we are also on YouTube at the Mike Patton Network. Maliyah Bass, thank you for coming on. Thank you everyone for tuning in to this episode of This Woman Works. We're out. Peace.